Okay, we're on week 5. And this week we've put your assignments where it gives you the actual date. So pay attention, today's work is 4/22. There's a little fast focus and a daily rigor, and then there's 4/23. That's what's going to be due at the end of this week, okay? All right, so number 1, Denise's math binder weighs 3/4 pounds, and Rebecca's binder weighs 5/9 pound. If they place their binders on a weight scale together, the scale should indicate which weight. So if they're putting it together, you're going to be adding. Okay. Okay, so you're going to find the least common multiple for 4 and 9. So you're going to skip count. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 9, 18, 27, 36. Well, you're already at 20 here, so with the 4, so 20, 24, 28. So the only place they're going to meet is at 36, which is 9 times 4. So that means 36 is going to be your common denominator. Okay, you're going to multiply 4 times the number and you get 36. And then you're going to multiply that 3, that's the numerator, times whatever you do for the denominator. And then you're going to multiply 9 times the number to get 36. And you're going to use that number and multiply it by 5. And then you're going to take the numerators and add. Okay. Number 2. At the start of a tennis match, Ivan had 28 32 quarts of water in his water bottle. He drank water from the bottle during the match. At the end of the match, 1/4 quart of water remained in the bottle. What fraction of a quart of water did Ivan drink during the match? So he had this, 28 32. He drank water, and at the end of the match, he had this left over. Okay, so you have to decide if you're going to add or subtract. Okay. Well, you have to first look at the least common multiple. Can 4 times the number equal 32? Okay, it can. So 32 is going to be your common denominator. Okay, this one at the numerator is going to be 28. The denominator is 32. This one stayed the same. It's not going to change. The bottom fraction is the only one you have to worry about. 4 times what equals 32. And then you're going to take that number and you're going to multiply it by 1. And then you're either going to add or subtract. I'm going to let you figure out what you need to do there. Okay. All right. Number 3. Cassius had 1 hour of free time before school this morning. He read books for 19 5/10 minutes. He played video games for 15 75/100 minutes. He watched television for the rest of the time. For how many minutes did Cassius watch television? So we know we're looking for how many minutes he watched television. We know that he had 1 hour of free time before school. So he read for 19 minutes, played video games for 15 75/100 minutes, and he watched television the rest of the time. Well, how many minutes are in an hour? Okay, 60 minutes. So if he had 60 minutes of free time and you subtracted 19 5/10 minutes of reading, how can I subtract 60 and 19 5/10? What would I need to do? Yep, add a decimal and a 0. Get your answer and then subtract 15 and 75/100 minutes. And this will be your answer. Okay, so you can add 19 5/10 and 15 75/100. You can add those two together and then subtract it from 60. But it doesn't matter. It's up to you how you want to handle that. Okay? Number 4, Jonah poured 4/5 cups of cold water into an empty bowl. Then he mixed 6/10 cups of hot water. What is the total amount of water in the bowl? All right. What's the total amount of water in the bowl? So Jonah poured 4/5 cups of cold water into a bowl. He mixed 6/10 of hot water. What's the total amount? So you've got a fraction and you've got a decimal. Well, if you look at your answer choices, they're all in fractions. That means you're going to take this number and put it into a fraction. 6/10, decimal 6. That's the same as saying 6/10, 6/10. Okay, so we had 4/5, and he added 6/10 of hot water. You're going to find a common denominator between 5 and 10. So can 5 go into 10? Yep. 10 is going to be your common denominator. Make equivalent fractions and then add. Okay, and that's all for your Fast Focus for today, for the 22nd. Okay,